In this video, we're going to talk about the benefits of vitamin C. We're going to enjoy a yummy herbal tea that I've been incorporating into my skincare routine, really my all over routine. We'll talk about what makes this tea so special, and I'm so excited. I actually found out that we can grow this ourselves. My name's Loanna. I'm a licensed esthetician and I love to grow our own food. Let's talk about vitamin C. Vitamin C is a powerhouse skincare ingredient, and you've probably seen it all over every serum and lotion on the market. And if you're like me and you're trying to transition to a simpler, more natural lifestyle, then you know it's really hard to find things that have natural, good ingredients that you can actually get results from. One of the ways that I've been trying to do this is by getting these super awesome ingredients into my body in a more natural way. I know, crazy idea, huh? You know, years ago, dermatologists really recommended that you'd get these things through your diet. That was their go-to, and that mindset really has changed over the years. I don't know if that's really a good thing. So, now there are so many ways to get good vitamin C naturally in our bodies. There's so many foods, but that's probably its own video. And I am loving this tea. Not only is it delicious, I drink it hot and I drink it cold. And you know, it's less expensive, especially here in the winter, than trying to get organic, fresh veggies and fruits at the local grocery store. But this is nice change. So the tea is hibiscus, and it is also called roselle. Now, to be quite honest, I always thought that hibiscus tea was more like the ornamental flowering bush that you see in landscaping. And I've actually been trying to find the right variety to grow so I could have my own hibiscus. And I thought because of where I lived that it might be a problem, because hibiscus are generally a more tropical shrub, bush, plant. And then I found roselle. I had ordered some hibiscus flower from Azure Standard, and there's other places that you can order it already dried, organic hibiscus flower. I'll link that in the description. But while I was shopping for seeds, I noticed from M.I. Gardener, I don't know if you're familiar with that, but from M.I. Gardener, I got this pack of roselle seeds for $2. So I started doing some research. Now I ordered them right away because I figured I'm going to try. I'll talk about how to grow those here in a minute. First, let's talk about the vitamin C and how I've incorporated this tea and other things in my skincare. So I did a little research, and this is typically the type of hibiscus that you will find in your hibiscus tea. Hibiscus is loaded with vitamin C. It has calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, and polyphenols, which is one of the main thing that people like to get a good olive oil for. The polyphenols, they're antioxidant as well. So vitamin C, what makes it so great? It is that antioxidant property. Vitamin C aids in collagen production. It is an antioxidant. And what do antioxidants do? Well, they fight free radicals. So what are free radicals? Well, real simple. Free radicals are chemicals, pollutions, all the junk that we're exposed to, and they come in and they latch onto our cells and they start to build up. And the antioxidants come in and they go, no way, you get out of here, and they fight off all the free radicals, and there you go. So that's pretty simple. You got to fight the free radicals. You may say, well, I take a vitamin C supplement, so isn't that good enough? Well, I prefer to get my vitamins and minerals through my food, and I'll tell you why. When you're taking in your vitamins and minerals through good, healthy food, it allows your body to absorb it better throughout the day. When they find out that something is good for you, say the vitamin C, they go into the plant or fruit or food and they extract that vitamin C, or they end up finding a way that they can make it synthetically, because vitamin C isn't really stable outside of its natural form. So then they've got to find a way to keep it from, it starts to degrade. So they've got to find ways to keep it from deteriorating and degrading. And some of the ways they do that is they derive a synthetic vitamin. And we'll talk about that topically in the skincare in a minute. So they take out that one ingredient, and then we take that one ingredient. One of the things they're overlooking at in the plant or in the food, it has other vitamins and minerals. It's already made up with everything it needs for your body to absorb it. The vitamin C or any vitamin a lot of times will absorb into your body better if it has other vitamins and minerals with it. So the plants and the herbs have all the other things in it that when you eat it, they all work together and your body absorbs it like it's supposed to. Low analogic. And if you're like me, that matters. I know right now we're just talking about skincare, but I started down this whole path trying to solve a problem and try to heal my body. And then I just started noticing all the other benefits from it. So I have made a point that I may drink this for a few days in a row and then I try to not drink it for a few days. Or I may have some today and not have any tomorrow. I don't overthink it. I just don't try to get too much of a good thing, and then I diversify. I've been on a citrus kick lately. Now the hibiscus, it is an herb and it does have medicinal benefits. So I'm not a doctor and I'm not an herbalist. So if you are taking any medications or you're pregnant or breastfeeding, anytime you start taking anything, even natural things, you need to look into it for yourself, make sure there's no contraindications with your medication. One of the ways I make my tea is I've added some holy basil and some sweet Thai basil and then the hibiscus. It's just a good flavor combination, but the hibiscus is good on its own. I have a French press here and I am using 1 teaspoon heaping per cup of water, and this thing holds about 4 cups of water. After I get it filled, I like to come in and just stir everything, get it to settle down, and I will let this steep with the lid off for about 15 minutes. Now, you don't have to wait that long, but that's how I prefer to do a good infusion of the herbs. And then I press that down with the French press, and I will pour it into another container. I use mason jars for everything. And I will sweeten this. I personally sweeten with a little bit of maple syrup or honey, just something natural. And I'll put it in the fridge and I have it for when I need it. And you don't need a French press. You can brew it 1 cup at a time. I'm still working on something to add into my skincare routine topically for my vitamin C. And like I said, the vitamin C is really sensitive. It's fragile and it will deteriorate. Even in all the cosmetics that you buy, if it's exposed to heat, light, air, it degrades. Even if you take real good care of it, you don't know how that's been shipped, how it's been stored. You don't know anything about it when you get it. And I'll be quite honest with you, those people selling that to you, they probably don't care either. So in the end, you may be paying top dollar for a product to put on your skin that you're getting minimal results from. You never know. How do you know? So that's a problem with natural vitamin C. So, of course, they've figured out a way to make synthetically derived vitamin C. Read your labels, read your labels, read your labels. Look up the name of that specific vitamin C and how it's derived, and look up, is it synthetic or is it natural? Here's a list of the ingredients of the one that I've been using for years and a popular, inexpensive brand. I challenge you to Google the ingredient, ask if it's toxic, see where it comes from and how it's derived, and I think you'll be surprised. Synthetic ones, what's really wrong with that? Well, now that depends on you. For me, the problem with it is it's not in its natural state. And also, in some studies, they have found that the synthetic derived vitamin C's do not penetrate well into the skin. And in some studies, they found that the synthetic vitamin C's has toxic side effects. And in some more studies, they found that it has no toxic side effects. So who knows? So what does the hibiscus taste like? It's kind of like, it's called the Florida cranberry, and it does have a little bit of a cranberry flavor, but it's not exactly like cranberry. It's a little sweeter, not as tart, but it is a little tart. It's real refreshing, hot or cold. So now let's go look at how we can grow our own. It was recommended that you soak them for about 24 hours, so I did. and I pulled off the ones that were floating. Those probably won't sprout. And within 24 hours, they were already sprouting in that water. So I took the ones that were sprouted and I planted those. And I left the others in water to sprout, and I planted them the next day. See, you can see I just took the ones that were sprouted and I planted them about a fourth of an inch deep with the little sprout facing up. Anytime you have a seed that sprouts, you want that. That's the part that's going to grow up and put the leaves on. So you want it facing up. Now you don't have to wait until they sprout. That just made me happy. Just put them in there. They'll do fine. I just covered with a little bit of organic seed starting mix so that it would be something soft and fluffy for the seed to come through. That's how I do it most everything. And I watered gently from the top, and then I watered good from the bottom. Now these are in the okra family, so they need to be planted somewhere where it's really sunny and have lots of room. They get pretty big. I put them in here on a heat mat, and I covered them with some plastic, and lo and behold, almost a little over 24 hours later, they were already sprouting through the soil. If this is the type of thing that interests you, then hit like and subscribe, because we will be growing more of our own skincare all throughout the spring, summer, and fall. So you can get notified and come along with me and grow some of your own skincare. I thank you all so much for hanging out with me. My name's Loanna, and this is a little bit of Homestead.